What's going on, everybody? Back with another video, and I told you we were going to be doing more of these videos where you're getting to see me and you guys commenting down in the comments below. Now, this is something that's been on my mind for probably for a little bit of time. Hold on, which is what's been recently happening in the FGC with the FChamp and Filipino champ and ChrisG situations. And it's really just been on my mind a lot lately because I feel more like both of these guys have been very unfairly maligned and treated, especially more so in the case of ChrisG, but also with Filipino champ. Now, if you don't know, Filipino champ, probably I think around the time of the riots going on with George Floyd, kind of made an off-color joke about he made a tweet. He took a tweet where he took a watermelon and said "Watermelon Lives Matter," and he posted it as a joke. And pretty much everybody in the FGC pretty much pounced on him for making a joke. At that time, you had guys like Ultra David, Punk, CM Punk. Not CM Punk, but PG Punk, I think that's what he is now. Ultra David, James Shin, Mr. Wizard, all these people who are like well-known guys in the fighting game scene. And they pretty much all just pounced on him and said, basically told him he was trash, he was a piece of shit for saying what he said. When I only heard about it from when I watched the Ultra Chan TV show, which was Ultra David and James Shin together, and they talked about it. Because I was wondering, like, he must have said nigga or something. He had to say something like that to really get this kind of reaction. And when I saw the fact that he just posted a picture of a watermelon with "Watermelon Lives Matter," making a joke. The joke, yes, was in bad taste. I'm not going to defend that. But the reaction that people have given them is completely uncalled for. Was the joke bad? Yes. Is it really something to get that offended over the way people have gotten offended over it? No. Well, at least in my opinion, no, it's not. And shortly after he made the joke, I think maybe a couple of hours or maybe a day later, he was pretty much banned from every fighting game tournament every fighting game tournament in the US, any Capcom events, he's banned from it all. He can't enter any tournaments, he can't do anything. Even though from my understanding, he's not really been going to tournaments. If he was still a tournament player, this would pretty much have crippled him for the rest of his career, because he wouldn't be able to play in any tournament. So effectively, they pretty much have taken all his money away from him, so he wouldn't even have a chance to do it. Now, everybody knows FChamp is an asshole. That's his character. That's who he plays. He plays the bad guy. So, like I said, personally, I had no issue with it. The joke was stupid, but I didn't really care too much about it. But apparently it did rub a lot of people the wrong way, which is, to me, it's kind of funny, because the FGC has already kind of always maintained that they're supposed to be raw and uncut, and we're just straight unfiltered, and we just don't give a shit about nothing. But apparently this was a step too far for a lot of the people in the FGC, and I'm pretty sure FChamp probably thought a lot of these people was his friends. And it just goes to show you how quickly people will turn on you if they think there's something to be gained from it, which to me personally, the only thing they're gaining from it is virtue signaling, saying that we're standing with the cause and all that stuff. And I'm like, honestly, if he had made this joke prior to the whole George Floyd thing, no one would have cared. Nobody in the FGC would have gave a shit about it. All those same people that basically are dissing him would have been laughing and big upping him. But since we live in this very PC culture world now, he's got to suffer for the joke that he made. Is it fair? I don't think it's fair. If you want to ban him from maybe like a couple of months ban, fine, you can do that. That's perfectly fine. But to ban him from every tournament and Capcom to come out and say that he violated their terms, which I've never seen any of that shit from Capcom. I've never seen Capcom come out and say that I didn't even know Capcom had a guideline for tournament players, because I've never seen it. But maybe I'm just not a high level enough player to have seen it. But honestly, yeah, I know he's never gonna see this video. If he did see it, he probably wouldn't care. But if I had to say something to you, I was just like, keep your head up, FChamp. You apologize for the situation. I'm a black man, and I don't particularly find it that offensive what you said. Honestly, I didn't really particularly care. I know it's affecting you right now, but trust me, give it a couple of months, maybe a year, they'll lift the ban and you'll be back playing again, if that's what you choose to do. Now on to ChrisG. ChrisG's situation is kind of similar, but not the same. ChrisG also went on a rant on Twitter about 3 years ago, I believe, where he was talking just mad shit about black female gamers. Posted it on Twitter. People kind of jumped on him a little bit, but nobody really got too bent out of shape about it. He apologized for it. He talked with his team, his sponsor, which is EG, which is Evil Geniuses, and they told him that it was fine. He was okay. They weren't gonna drop him. Nothing was gonna happen. He apologized for it. He told him how bad he felt about it. Okay, let's jump forward 3 years now. We're in 2020, and all of a sudden now, those tweets that he made 3 years ago have resurfaced again. And of course, with these social justice warriors, they pretty much resurfaced, and Evil Geniuses, his sponsor, dropped him. They dropped him after they forced him to move to Seattle using his own money to get out there. And then once he got out there, they then all of a sudden say, well, we're gonna have to let you go because of the tweets that you made 3 years ago. Which, from my point of view, I would be the same. I would be just as mad as ChrisG was, and you could tell he was definitely heated over this whole situation, which I can understand. You forced me to move out somewhere I didn't want to be, just to be on this team, be sponsored by you. And now that I've done all of that, now I have no money. You fired me, and then you wanted me to take hush money. You wanted me to go up and basically take down a post that I posted about the situation, basically so I could get a severance package. And when I told you no, you then said, well, we're not giving you anything, and you just tossed out the door. Now I'm gonna say straight up, Evil Geniuses, that was fucked up. That was a fucked up thing you did to ChrisG. You knew about that shit 3 years ago, and y'all did not give a damn about it then. Only reason y'all care about it now is because y'all trying to look like y'all woke, and you're trying to look like y'all so responsible, when honestly, when 3 years ago y'all did not care of what this man had said. Y'all told him he was fine, he was cool, and 3 years later now you want to come back and retroactively let this man go because of what he said then. I hope ChrisG takes your ass to court, and I hope he sues the shit out of you. That's my personal opinion, because that's exactly what I would do. And honestly, like I said, ChrisG's situation is fucked up. To me, it's worse than FChamp's, because he can still go to tournaments. He's just no longer sponsored, so he can still play. But now you got this stigma that you're a racist, and people have said they were going to try to beat him up beforehand. Which I'm like, I've never met ChrisG. I would have probably met him at a final round if the killer cough hadn't came about with the COVID, which ended up canceling in Atlanta February. So I probably would have got a chance to meet him then. But I've never really seen or heard about ChrisG really doing anything wilding like that. So that there's too many people in the FGC that want to be tough guys and just want a virtue signal and just basically try to down each other to try to claw themselves to the top, instead of just basically all of us sticking together and saying, this is our scene, we're going to handle this like professionals. But that's not what people are doing. People are just basically trying to throw each other on the bus. And for all those players who basically went after FChamp and ChrisG, I pray to God and hope that you don't have shit in your Twitter past that's going to come back to bite you in your ass, because you're going to feel the same kind of pain they feeling right now, because you're going to have all your friends and people you thought was your friends turn against you and just basically throw you under the bus to make themselves look a little bit better or to get some brownie points with some feminists. But like I said, that was just my opinion on this situation, the ChrisG and Filipino champ situation. I don't think either one of them should be banned. I don't think ChrisG should have been dropped, but it is what it is. This is the time we're living in. People go 8, 10, 15 years back into your Twitter past trying to find any little thing they can to destroy you. So it's definitely something that we have to start being more aware of. If you ever get, like, I don't think I can say ChrisG and Filipino Chat, like, if y'all ever decide to do anything on Twitter or say anything on Twitter and you just angry or you just want to rant and rage, maybe you need to have somebody just come by and just slap the shit out of you and just, you know, say, hey, shut the fuck up and just deal with the shit and don't put it online. Because honestly, if he hadn't had that rant and he hadn't said that shit online, none of this shit would be happening to either one of them. But we should be able to speak our mind. This is a free country. We should be able to voice different opinions and not be ostracized for it, not lose our jobs, not lose our pay, you know, not lose friends over just our opinion. So this is going to be a new series that I'm just going to call Real Talk, or maybe just Real FGC Talk. I haven't came up with a name for it, so it's definitely going to be something I'm going to, well, you'll know once I put the video up which one I decided on. But that's all I had to say for right now, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.